ever encountered something you couldn't explain?
Ghosts, were they strangers or were they family?
Cryptids, alien encounters.
Strange animal encounters, child spirits.
Whatever your experience, we want to hear about it.
Email your story to WLTK-DB paranormalroom@gmail.com for your chance to share your story on the show. Again, that's WLTK-DB paranormalroom@gmail.com.
We're waiting for your story.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Paranormal Room. You're listening to us on WLTK-DB.com. Let's Talk Radio. I'm Christina Bloom. This is my co-host, Logan Jacobson.
How's it going?
And tonight we're going to have fun. We are going to talk about all kinds of cool stuff. I know Logan was telling me he looked up some predictions, and I'm excited to hear that.
Yes.
And we're also going to be talking about experiences with talking boards. You might know it as a Ouija board. If you've had an interesting experience with a psychic reading, pop it in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And if you want to be on the show with us, we can also send you a link for that. So we have all of that going on tonight, but I do have a few announcements, and I know Logan has some too. So
Yes.
this Thursday night at 7:30 Central Time, I will be teaching a class on Zoom on past lives and teach you how to actually access your own past lives. So it's worth going to, and you can find that information on my meetup page at meetup.com/onespiritconnection. Just go right to the events or just scroll down because it's probably going to be the first event you see. So there's that. And then on December 10th, I will be in Rice Lake, Wisconsin at the Elks Lodge at the Soul and Synergy Metaphysical Fair. I will be doing readings there all day, psychic readings all day, all different kinds. So, psychic, hello, awake for a little while.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, but hello.
Hello. I'm not going to try to pronounce it either, but I'm going to go with J because that I can read.
Yep.
I'm sorry if that's disrespectful. I don't mean it to be. So I do have that going on December 10th. I will be there. And I am off the road for the month of December. Can you believe that? I'm off the road for a whole month, except for Rice Lake.
That's pretty unusual for you.
It kind of is, yeah. So I will be available to do readings from my home, actually, via phone or internet. So I can do Zoom readings, Google Chats or something like that. I can do Facebook readings. They have a chat version there with video. So I have all of that going on. So feel free to contact me, make your appointment. Just send me a messenger on Facebook or go to my website, christinabloom.com. Go to the contact page. Tristan's back.
Hi, Tristan. How's it going?
Hey, Tristan. Glad you're here. And Northwest Paranormal Research Group. Oh, Jay. Now I got it. Okay. Now it makes sense. Cool.
That does make a lot more sense than trying to pronounce J.
Welcome, Jay. I'm glad you're with us. So again, and I have gift certificates available. So please feel free to contact me if you would like to gift someone else with a psychic reading or past life regression, or just go to my website. I got lots of cool stuff, christinabloom.com. So your turn, Logan. Tell us about your announcements.
Well, for those of you who know me, I have a YouTube channel, Turtle Island Gaming at youtube.com. If you like people yelling at video games and generally making a fool of themselves, then my content will be right up your alley. I'm diving further into VR with VR Hitman. And for those of you who are more of a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the show, not the movie, we don't talk about the movie, there is an earthbending VR game. That sounds like a lot of fun. Plus, my editor bought me Phasmophobia, so we're one step closer to that group Phasmophobia game with the Paranormal Research Group.
Awesome. And will we be broadcasting that whole thing on this show?
That remains to be seen.
Okay. I think that would be an interesting
We'll talk about it when we have the people and times nailed down.
Okay. Sounds good. Anything else you got going on?
Uh, no, I think that's it. I've got a Duck Hunt VR video coming out fairly soon, which they turned that into a horror game, so that should be fun.
You know, every time somebody brings up Duck Hunt, that game Duck Hunt, I have to tell you, when I was a kid, there was a bar. Hello again, Robin. There was a bar that my parents frequented, and they had this like old school big screen TV, right, with Duck Hunt on it, and that's how
very
they kept.
nice.
That's how they kept us busy when they were drinking at the bar.
I mean, you know exactly where those kids will be.
Oh yeah, yeah. Absolutely. And it was like right there. Like you could like stand next to your parents and shoot ducks. Like it was just right there.
Well, Tristan, if you like Duck Hunt, you're going to love Duck Season coming to my channel sometime this week. That's the only rough time estimate I can give. I've been trying to get this video out since Halloween.
Okay. All right. The dog laughing. Yes,
Oh,
Jay. The dog laughing on Duck Hunt. Yes.
Except now you got to worry about the dog. It's a
Oh,
horror
no.
game now.
Oh no. Wow. I think I prefer the laughing dog. I'm with Jay on this one. We never wanted the dog to laugh at us because then the whole bar would laugh at us.
That's called a skill curve incentive.
That's it. It's exactly what it's called. Cujo. There you go, Robin.
But,
I love our chat people. I love our
absolutely.
chat people. You guys are awesome. You make this whole show even more fun than it already is. Just because I get to do the show with Logan. And I actually wanted to do a show I could do with Logan. So we came up with this. So
it works out.
It does work out. Let's talk about our topic tonight.
All right.
You want to jump right in there?
Well, no, actually.
Hi, Jessica. She's back from the previous show. Thank you for being here. All right. So we are going to be talking about talking boards. As you might know them, Ouija boards.
Or Luigi boards if you're really bad at spelling.
Luigi boards. Yeah. You know, that might be a fun theme for a board. Didn't you say you were going to make one?
I'm going to. I just have to get together the lumber and justify the power drain from my laser engraver.
Okay. That would so much be worth doing, though. Oh, my gosh. I wish my email would stop notifying me.
You know, if anyone wants to buy one, let me know. I will sell it, and that will justify the cost for putting it through the laser engraver.
There you go. Why do people think it's so bad? Just asking. And you know what? That is exactly what I wanted to talk about.
Tristan, you are right. I need to get the laughing dog sound bit for my soundboard.
There you go.
I have audience laughter.
That's a laugh track. Yeah. I want to get back to Jay's question, though, because Jay's asking,
sorry.
Why do people think it's so bad? And he's talking about the talking boards. I think because people don't know how to use them properly. I really think that's what it is, because they've been selling them at toy stores, well, since I was a kid in the 70s. And, you know, I just totally aged myself there. But they sell them at toy stores, and there are no instructions in these things on how to set up a perimeter energetically to keep negative spirits coming in. Now, we can say that, and we can also blame it on movies and TV shows that have said these things are bad, they're evil, they're horrible. They're not. They're just like any other tool. They're just like tarot cards, and people think they're bad too, which is amazing to me.
Right, except it makes necromancy fun for the whole family.
Right? Stop. Yeah. Oh my God. The sense of humor in this family is just wrong.
Maybe that's why they sell it in the toy store, because it's fun for the whole family. Hey kids, let's talk to grandma.
I have to tell you, though, I have never had a bad experience with one, but I know how to set up an energy perimeter.
Right.
I know how to, open the door only to certain energies, not to every energy, So it's really about learning how to manage energy and how to set an energy space for yourself. But people think that they're bad because they don't know how to do that. And kids get these things. I used to say that they sell them at Toys R Us, but no, Toys R Us doesn't sell anything anymore. But you can still buy them. You can still buy a Ouija board at any toy store almost, or you can get them online. But there is nowhere in the instructions how to protect your space when using one. And that's why people think that they're so bad. So people who can't understand it is blasphemy. Like back in the day, witch hunt. Yeah, pretty much. People who don't understand.
There's a lot of the satanic panic thing around not only Dungeons and Dragons, obviously, but it's been surrounding all sorts of supposedly occult things for years.
Right. I
mean, really, centuries, really.
Yeah. Yeah. People think it's opening the door to evil, which is just weird to me, I guess. I mean, everybody can open the door to evil if they wanted to. You don't even have to have a Ouija board to do that. You just go, hey, I'm welcoming in dark energies. All right. I am not, by the way, welcoming in any dark energies. I'm not doing that. But you can do it with anything. Take a Ouija board. I think it's odd too. And you know what? I have had students in my psychic development classes who would use anything except a Ouija board because they have bought into all of that.
I mean, honestly, it's like any tool. If you use it the wrong way, things can happen.
Exactly. Just like any other tool. I like what Tristan has to say there. I used one a couple times in my life. This happened when I was younger. And as far as I know, everything is okay. I like that as far as I know part. Yeah, I just don't use them, but I will use other talking devices. Interesting. I believe energy everywhere. Energy is everywhere. It's a frequency. Absolutely, Jay. It absolutely is. Yeah. It absolutely is. Everything is energy. It's just a matter of frequency. It's a matter of how you want to tune into it. I'm energy, you're energy, we're all energy.
Right. Everything and just like radiation, some energies are harmful.
Yeah, the ones that move really slow. Because the more energy moves, the more light it produces. That's basic science 101, right?
Generally, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, we wanted to talk about the Ouija board thing. But like I said, I've never had a negative experience with one. I've always had positive experiences. But again, I know what I'm doing and I know how to use it. So I think that's just, it's really the energy that we put into anything is the energy that we get out of it, regardless of what it is. So, yeah, I am right there with you. Maybe like different dimensional gates. Right. I mean, I opened dimensional gates, but I know how to close them too, So I think what it is that people feel empowered when it starts moving and it starts giving you messages, and maybe the messages start making sense. And then you don't think about, oh, I should probably close the door I just opened, So it's really important to do that. I completely agree. Completely.
Yeah.
Jay, I really like all the good stuff you have to say tonight.
Yeah,
Thank
really
you for
contributing.
sharing all of that. Yeah, I really appreciate that. All right. So Logan got me curious right before we went on the air. And he said that he looked up some predictions.
Yes, I did.
And I want to hear about this Fabio prediction.
Well, the Fabio prediction I actually learned from that British quiz show, QI.
I love that show.
It's so good. And Sandy Tosvig is awesome as the host. But apparently, Fabio once got hit. He hit a goose with his face while on a roller coaster, or it was either goose or a swan. And it was. He said, "Oh, these things are terrible ideas. This will undoubtedly happen again." And so far, there's yet to be a reported goose strike.
Okay. Wait, who predicted this?
Fabio.
Fabio predicted it.
Yeah, Fabio went on a roller coaster.
And got hit in the face.
Yes, his face intercepted a flying goose.
Oh my God. I can't even talk. Fabio the model, yes.
Yes, that Fabio. And he said roller coasters are a terrible idea because this will undoubtedly happen again. And to our knowledge, it has yet to ever happen again.
Do we need to get Jay a link? Oh my God, dude, you are hilarious. Do you see what he wrote there?
Flavio.
Flavio. Oh my God. Oh, that is funny. That is
well
funny.
Done.
Well done. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so our question was coming into this show, have you ever had an experience with having a psychic reading that just blew your mind, or was something completely unexpected where you would just go, that is never going to happen, and lo and behold, it eventually happened? Robin, that vision is hilarious.
Yeah, Fabio taking out a goose with his face. That's a pretty hilarious image, I gotta say. I feel more sorry for the goose, honestly.
All right. Did you look up anything else?
I did.
Okay, good, because you're our research historian dude here.
Well, this one is about Joseph C. Ives. Joseph C. Let's see. 1858.
Gander.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get all the way through. You might be on your own, Logan, because I'm losing it here.
I'm trying to keep composure myself, honestly. Okay. So we know the Grand Canyon gets roughly 5 million visitors every year from tourism and whatnot, right?
Right.
Well, apparently Lieutenant Joseph C. Ives, a U.S. topographical engineer, in 1858, after being led to the Grand Canyon by Mojave and Hualapai Indians. I've never heard of that tribe. That's interesting.
Okay.
They spent several days braving snow and treacherous climbing conditions. A few years later, Ives wrote an extensive report about his mission, in which he pronounced the Grand Canyon a beautiful but essentially useless wasteland. After entering it, and I quote, "After entering it, there is nothing to do but leave. Ours has been the first, and will doubtlessly be the last, party of whites to visit this profitless locality. It seems intended by nature that the Colorado River shall be forever unvisited and undisturbed."
When was that?
1858.
Enter the United States government. We will profit off of this wasteland.
Not only that, but we're profiting so much off the Colorado River that the resulting water supplies that feed off of it have been draining.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's visible along the riverbanks.
Robin, wow, what an idiot.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I've been to the Grand Canyon. It's beautiful. I've actually seen both the north and south. What do you call those? Yeah. Nikki, he couldn't have been more wrong. That's true. And it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I mean, I think if I ever went back, look up the Native American tribe, Jay said. So yeah, it is. I mean, as far as like trying to live there, I don't know that it would be an easy place to live, but yeah, it is beautiful.
The Hualapai is a federally recognized Native American tribe in Arizona with about 2,300 enrolled members as of today.
Okay.
So not a whole lot left.
Yeah, Jay said he'd never heard of them either. So, yeah. So, yeah, there is, you are coming up with predictions that are absolutely wrong.
I find those more hilarious than the ones that come true.
That's true. Yeah.
Mostly because the ones that come true also tend to be tragic.
That's true too. Yeah. The Mandela effect. That's what Jay said was the Mandela effect. Yeah.
I do have a personal story.
Okay.
Related to predictions coming true.
Okay. Is it one you actually want to share?
Well, I've mentioned it, so I don't really have a choice right now.
Okay.
One of my exes, when I first met her, she did a tarot reading when I came over to hang out for a fire, and her deck, I don't know if it was like an oracle deck or if she actually used a regular, tarot deck.
Mm-hmm.
But it said that a woman would be coming into my life, and it turned out to be her.
Interesting.
Which surprised her as well.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I do readings for a living. Like, that's what I do. I do psychic readings. That's my job. So, the thing is that, and I don't know if any of you have had this experience, when someone does a reading for you and you call them 2 weeks later and say, can you clarify? And they say, nope, I don't remember it. It's because we don't remember it. We don't retain that information. First of all, it's not my information to retain. It belongs to whoever I did the reading for. So,
right.
Plus, especially if I've done a reading like at a psychic fair or something, and somebody calls me later and says, well, you remember when I met you at that fair? My first question is, which one? And then after that, it's like, can you clarify? No, I did 30 readings that day. I don't remember what was said at a particular one. So that's one of the things that, as a psychic, I have found that's true with other psychics as well. They say the same thing. I don't remember the readings I do because it's really not our information to retain. And I don't think I have that much storage capacity in my brain, to be honest with you. So
that's fair.
That's a lot of information to retain. So yeah, it is interesting in doing psychic readings. And I think a lot of people don't really understand maybe what a psychic reading is. And there are some places where I go where I will have 5 or 6 people in a row who sit at my table and get a 15 or 30-minute reading, and they've never had a reading before. So they don't know what to expect. They don't know what all is involved. They don't understand the energy connections that are made in order for me to grab that information out of the air to bring to you, or out of the universe to bring to you. And it can be really taxing if you don't know how to manage energy, as you're doing readings. And I know you have a lot of the same abilities that I do. You don't tell people that, but you do. And now I just told everybody, but now
I need a too much button.
Yeah, you're right. And I know that you choose not to do readings, and that's fine. Nobody has to do that. It took over my life, so I finally gave in. But there's a lot too. See, the fair you was at where you thought that person was me. That was pretty interesting. Yeah. Tristan has a doppelganger. Yeah.
Well, a steak will solve that.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty easy because I'm like texting Tristan going, I saw a guy looks just like you. And as I'm texting Tristan, that gentleman sat down right next to me to get a reading. So That was fun. Jay says, can you predict the future in a dream? I did ones I don't believe, but I'm waking up in a pool of sweat and believing was what happened to me once. Are you talking about like a past life dream, like feeling like you'd already done this before? Tristan, either way. And Robin, yes, we do all have doppelgangers. Yeah.
But there can be only one.
Oh, I don't know about that. Premonition. Oh, you're talking about a premonition. Okay. Yeah, I believe that people can have premonitions in dreams. I know that I have. That's kind of how my family found out I was psychic, was that I was having dreams with premonitions. Yeah. So yeah, that's absolutely, it can happen. And if you are having prophetic dreams or premonition dreams, you might want to pay attention to it. Tina, hi, Tina. I didn't see you until you popped up with that question. What does it mean when a psychic says you're an old soul? You want to take this one?
An old soul is like you've of course words are failing me now.
Do you want me to take it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
My brain just decided to quit.
It's okay. Mine's been doing that all day. What it means when a psychic says that you're an old soul is that you have probably been human a number of times, or that you have been on this planet a number of times, which I guess would make you maybe human. But we've all been a lot of things. Talk to you all later on Messenger about it. Okay, great.
Later,
thanks, Jay. So when someone tells you that you're an old soul, it means that you have a deeper understanding of the way that life works on this planet, because you've been here a number of times and you've experienced it a number of times. We all have multiple lives, but not all of them are necessarily on this planet, and not all of them on this planet are necessarily human. I've been told by my guides, my spirit guides, that sometimes we come back as animals, particularly as house pets, to take a break. You know, we just get to take a break and let somebody take care of us for a while with absolutely no expectation of us whatsoever. And I think that we can all kind of appreciate that right now with the way the world's going at the moment, with all the shifting and changing and responsibility. And Logan, you look like you're having an epiphany there.
Well, no, it's a little bit, because with the way that things are feeling for me lately, it's kind of feeling like I got held back a grade or 2 or 3 or 17.
Okay. I get that.
So it's kind of feeling like old soul is the metaphysical version of being held back.
That's an interesting comment. I like it. Tina, I hope that was helpful for you. Nikki says, I hope my dreams aren't predictions. I had another dream last night where I was pulled out a couple of teeth. No, thank you, please. Oh, that sounds painful.
See, Tristan gets it.
Yes. Let's see. Felt Logan. Okay. You're welcome, Tina. Let's see. Oh, Jay says he's still here. He just wants to talk about that on Messenger later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, we misunderstood. It's okay. Apparently, misunderstanding is genetic. So, it's all good.
It is about time for our break, though.
It is. Let's take a break. And if you all want to come back with questions, stories, we are happy to answer informational questions.
Thank you. I love it too.
Awesome. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back in a minute or two.
LA Weisensel's psychic medium is a medical intuitive that specializes as a body code practitioner. As an energy healer, Ellie offers additional services that allow her modalities to be intertwined with energetic healing. Within your subconscious lies information that knows everything about you and why you deal with specific conditions. The subconscious can be considered the blueprint to your entire body. With Ellie working physically with your subconscious mind, we detect what negative emotions are trapped and where they are stored within the body that is causing you your emotional and physical pain. This work is designed to remove imbalances and correct them energetically, getting to the root cause of why you have your condition, to help balance your body so it may heal itself. Your body is infinitely wise and wants to be in balance. The body code is not only gentle for humans, but it is also a gentle process to help animals. For more information, contact Ellie Weisensel at the website below.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Paranormal Room. We've had a great discussion going in this chat room so far. This has been pretty awesome. You are listening to us on WLTK-DB.com. Let's Talk Radio. We are your co-hosts, Logan Jacobson and Christina Bloom.
How's it going, everyone? And
All
today
right.
we're talking about predictions, whether they came true or didn't, and how did things pan out? If you
And
have personal
psychic readings.
stories and psychic readings, if you have personal stories from anything like that, whether it's tarot cards, I was about to say a Luigi board.
You were just stuck on that Luigi board thing.
I am. There's a video out there that's just a compilation of people misspelling Ouija boards. And it's amazing. It is such free serotonin. Anyway.
I'm going to have to look that up. All right. So Jay said, could we be a re-recording of our past, and maybe we are energy bleeding into many paths, like spaghetti crossing each other, seeing things we cannot explain, even energy from animals?
Well, according to quantum theory, that's exactly what is.
Yeah.
Like that's what potential is. It's a series of paths through which we can not only navigate but create that divergent path off of another. And at the same time, according to multiverse theory, another version of me is taking that path, another one's doing that one or that one or that one. Yeah. Jay's agreeing with you here. Yep. You're on it, totally on it. And I'm glad you explained it because I didn't want to. I'm glad the knowledge that I got mocked for in high school is useful now.
Rick and Morty.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Rick and Morty is somehow a staple in my house. I'm not quite sure how that happened. All right. So Robin asks, so when a young child is called a prodigy, is that because he or she is a very old soul? That's a good question. I think possibly. It could be like a possible bled over skill from a previous life, or it could just be coincidence. It could just be that person happens to be very suited to that particular skill or task. Yeah. I feel like in my case, with the psychic ability that became obvious the moment I could talk, I'm sure it's because I brought it with me. I'm sure that it's because of the soul contract that I signed and the work that I came here to do. I'm pretty sure that's, for me at least, what it was. And I don't know if anyone would call that a prodigy, but I know what you're talking about, like someone who just knows music or art or physics or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that I believe it probably is because they brought it with them from a past life. They've spent other lifetimes perfecting it, maybe.
I personally have a theory.
I'd love to hear it.
that we all know that our reality consists of many things that we both can and cannot physically experience.
Mm-hmm.
With all those things coalescing and all the moving pieces that make up what we perceive and what we do not,
Mm-hmm.
things are bound to line up in certain spots, and it happens all the time.
It does.
It's those tiny little creation and destruction moments that happen at a subatomic level in the vacuum of space. It's the person who's born knowing music as well as they breathe. It's the abnormally powerful paranormal presence that's left over from an imprinted trauma that just happened to line up with one of those pockets of possibility.
Right. Wow. You spend a lot of time thinking. I love it.
I have little else to do, as it turns out.
I do love it, though, because you come up with the most amazing things. You want to read what Jay wrote?
Like an antenna that's closer to the barrier that we cannot see past, closer to the wall, the more we see the lack of punctuation. I'm sorry, it's making it tough for me to read. People whose antenna passes through the wall is the all-seeing. I think I get what you're driving at.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Thank you, Robin.
I love his brain too. This kid just kept me on my toes since the day he was born. Actually, before that. So yeah, he was showing me dreams before he was born. So yeah, even before he was born. Yeah, a glass of water. Okay. I'm just rereading this. Like an antenna that's closer to the barrier that we cannot see past. The closer to the wall, the more we see. Okay, I see. That makes sense. Yeah. People whose antenna passes through the wall is all seeing. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like a glass of water. Yeah.
I may have a lot of information on my brain, but that also makes the way that I interact with things very strange.
It's all good.
Hi, Val.
I'm sorry. Leonard, you're here. Yay. I met Leonard in New York. And he is just an amazing. So if you live in the North Country of New York, you need to get a reading from this guy. He's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. And even if you don't, ask for his phone number because he does great readings. I saw dreams in the next one when Jessica's thing popped up. But yes, Leonard, I'm so glad you're here, and give John a big hug for me too, please.
You know, I'm starting to think that our next week's subject might be dreams.
I'm thinking it might be. You got some research to do. All right.
I do.
I've been having dreams of me being in a different home. I mean, I hope so. You know what? For years, Jessica, I had a dream of this house, like this old house. Yeah, Nikki's on board with dreams. We might have to bring her in as a co-host. Anyway, back to Jessica, because my brain is like, it's a ping pong ball right now. I had dreams of this house with like weird hallways and half staircases and different entrances. And it's like you would go through like a staircase and you would find yourself in a different house. I had that dream literally for decades. And then I moved into that house 13 years ago. It's an old farmhouse here in Wisconsin. And we lived there for 9 years, but it was just like that. Did you read Jay's comment?
Okay, I'll stop being odd, but I do believe you get thanks you all. Yep. Thanks you too.
You know what, Jay? We're all odd here. We all kind of fit in here. It's all good, buddy.
Also, Nikki says, heck yes, I have some strange AF dreams to chat about it. Lol.
Okay.
Lol indeed.
Lol, indeed. Yes. I wish I could remember my dreams, to be honest. Sometimes I think, oh God, I wish I could remember my dreams. And then when I start remembering my dreams again, I'm like, why did I want to remember my dreams?
I've got a couple I wish I could forget, to be honest.
Yeah. We used to dream share when you were little. Because I remember waking up in the middle of the night going, why am I dreaming about Power Rangers and dinosaurs? You were 5, I think, because we kept sharing dreams. And I'm like dreaming your dreams and going, this is just weird. Yeah, that was fun. All right. Dreams. Whew. Are they dreams or visits to other realms? Dude, if I am visiting the Power Rangers in other realms, I'm not sure I want to do that.
I have zero acrobatic ability. I will be of no use to the Power Rangers.
There you go. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, the Putty Patrol? No. What? I need more information, Nikki. I don't know what
context
the Putty Patrol
is required.
Dream share. I know dream shares are weird. Has anyone else had that? I can't ask you.
We are so far off topic. That's next week's topic.
That's next week's topic. All right. Leonard, you need to come back next week. We are villains from Power Rangers. I didn't pay that much attention, to be honest with you, to the Power Rangers.
Are they part of the Ivan Ooze crew?
They might be. I have no idea. I have those. Okay. Boy, are we off topic.
I knew it.
You predicted this.
I did.
This has been a fun show.
I personally never really liked the Power Rangers until the Ivan Ooze movie. I know this is going over a lot of heads right now.
Yes, going way over my head because no.
I didn't like them because they replaced a show that I loved before them.
Oh.
Do you remember what that was, Mom?
Let's see. The show that you loved as a kid. It was it couldn't have been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I know you loved them.
That as well, yes.
Was it
they didn't
He-Man?
get replaced by the Power Rangers.
No. Was it He-Man?
No.
I don't remember.
It was a show called Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Oh my God, yes. Okay. All right. Let's read Nikki's. Read Nikki's here. Psychic readings to Power Rangers. This show has it all.
Oh yeah.
Voltron.
We have quite a variety.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Yes.
Anyway, back to the subject of bad predictions.
Bad predictions. Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Let's go.
Here's one about the Great Depression. This takes place right before. This is a quote from just before, like 3 years, I think, before the Great Depression. Oh, and it was only 3 weeks.
3 weeks before the Great Depression. Oh my goodness! All right.
So, stock prices had reached what looks like a preeminently high plateau, as he was quoted in saying. He continues to say, "I believe the principle of the investment trusts is sound, and the public is justified in participating in them." 3 weeks later, the stock market experienced a catastrophic crash. Thousands of investors, including Fisher, lost their fortunes in the ensuing hysteria.
Wow. Okay, couple of things that came up. We're going to talk about that prediction, but Jessica Cat said, Xena, LOL, just kidding. All right.
I loved that show, and when I worked at the Ohio Ren Fair, there was an awesome cosplayer of her that I got a picture of.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I want to see it. All right. So Jay says, are you related? We are related.
Funny thing that
we do look quite a bit alike. Yeah, Logan is my oldest child, so who is enjoying his 20s right now.
That's enjoying is charitable, but Hercules was
Hercules,
pretty dope. And didn't they do a crossover episode?
I
I
think
could
they
have
did
sworn
with
they did.
Xena. Yeah, they did. They did. But what is
Crossover
okay?
episodes need to come back.
Very related. Thanks, Robin. All right. So let's talk about this. We are so far off topic. My mother is my boss in our team, I think. Okay, Jay. We might have to have Jay on here one time. With his mom. Wouldn't that be fun?
Hey, there we go.
There we go. So let's talk about that prediction. Whose was that? Silver? The prediction you just read about the Great Depression.
Oh, economist and Yale professor Irving Fisher.
Okay.
Yeah. Fat lot of good that economist degree did him.
Right? Wow. That's crazy.
Everyone's freaking out. He's like, it'll be fine. 3 weeks later, he's in a Hooverville.
Yeah, there you go. I remember when I was in high school, I don't know why. I was sitting in some history class or something. I don't know, civics, I don't know. But it came to me that when I was an adult, that the real estate market was going to crash. And like nobody was listening to me. Like even up until like a week or two before it did, nobody would listen to me. People kept telling me, you have to invest in property. And I'm like, this is a stupid time to invest in property. The bubble's going to pop.
Right.
You know, and nobody would listen to me. I'm like, whatever. I'm not buying property right now. Not doing it. And lo and behold, I had friends who were just losing money left and right on property. And yeah, glad I didn't make that investment. So it's weird. So I know, right, Nikki? They should have listened to me. I'm telling you.
That is one of the curses of this family.
It is.
Is that no one listens when they should.
Yep, good choice. Absolutely. Wow, this is crazy. All right. So just out of curiosity, how many paranormal groups do we have in the room? People who belong to paranormal groups. If you could just like pop it into the chat, which paranormal group you belong to.
Nikki?
Nikki.
Look at me, Nikki. That's my life.
All right. So Jay had already told us it was Northwest. We got Whisper. I can't comment, but mine is APPS, APPS, Washington State Paranormal Research.
Coast to coast. All right.
Yeah, Washington State, New York. I'm in upstate New York with my group. I live in Wisconsin at the moment, but I will eventually live in upstate New York. So I joined a group there.
It's gorgeous country up there.
It is. I can't wait to get back there. Whisper is from Washington. Yes. And I used to belong to Whisper. So yeah, that's really cool too. Tristan, are you in a paranormal research group or paranormal group? Or Leonard too. Leonard, I don't know if you belong to a group or not. I actually met Leonard at the Dark Waters Paranormal Conference.
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah.
I wish I could have gone to that.
Yeah, he said it's magical here. It so is. You can go with me next year. I'm already signed up.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So we meet again. That's cool. So we are our own group, the Stanleys. Awesome. Well, he is in Kentucky, so there probably isn't a... Leonard's a free agent too. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. So we actually just set out to talk about psychic readings, which no one has actually talked about. But
I guess I misunderstood and just plugged in predictions.
Well, that works too, because a lot of psychic readings are predictive. So that makes sense.
I mean,
that makes sense.
By definition, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, some of them are like guidance or...
Yeah, more of a vibe.
Yeah, more of a vibe thing. Yeah. Whisper from Washington. All right. So we meet again. Is there some kind of rivalry going on here? Because I know there used to be.
It's a
I don't
whole
know
East
if it's
Coast, West
still.
Coast thing. I don't know.
No, I think it's Whisper and Northwest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Tristan, no rivalry. Tristan, I don't have a good story on that. Never had a proper reading, I guess. Really? I don't know about that. I think we started something.
Ooh, I think someone called your bluff.
Tristan, I'm going to call your bluff. Get a proper reading, dude. You know how to find me. Now I want to know the tea. That's another conversation for another time.
Right.
Remember, I was a member decades ago. So, yeah. Under new management. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Maybe no one had a bad experience from a reading. How about a good experience? I don't know. I'm running out of things to talk about here.
I mean, it's sometimes it's harder to remember the good experiences because the bad ones leave such an imprint.
Yeah. Okay, so Nikki said she's had a couple of readings, but they didn't really come true. You know, what's interesting about that, and I'm just going to toss this out there, is that sometimes they come true a lot later than you think they're going to, and sometimes it's years later.
This is true.
Years ago, a card reader said, "I'll go back with my ex," laughing my backside off. Well, okay, so Valentine, I know his name is Leonard. Your reading was great. So was your reading. Your reading was awesome. It really, really helped me a lot in dealing with a very personal situation that I don't want to go public with. So,
Nikki, it kind of feels like you're tempting fate by telling us that.
Okay, everyone, put a bubble around Nikki. Put a bubble around Nikki. Okay, I'm happy right where I am right now. Yeah. Some people hold back, not letting go and relax. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Some people do hold back. Yeah. No. We still need you, Nikki. You're not ready to go yet. And I said so. Depends on the amount of work we invest into the reading, and it ended shortly after that. Let's see. Oh, wait, that was two things. This is moving really fast.
Yeah,
now.
the chat's moving so fast.
Depends on the amount of work we invest into the reading determines the outcome. That's true. It really is about, and it's about the amount of energy and the connection that we have.
Robin says, "Oh, I had a reading that my marriage would be fine, and it ended shortly after that."
Yeah. Nikki says, "Yay, good," but she was actually referring to, being bubbled and not dying in a car accident. So,
yeah.
Which, if you'll note, they have the same last name too. So, yeah, it is an interesting thing with readings because they're rarely what people expect them to be, and they often end up being more like a conversation, but with some. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. We're here to help you out, Nick. All right.
We have time for, I think, one more prediction.
Yeah, let's do another prediction.
All right, this one's from the Civil War. Few predictions have been as swiftly or disastrously disproven as the one made by Civil War General John Sedgwick at the Battle of Spotsylvania. All right. On May 9th, 1864, Sedgwick was leading the Union 6th Corps near the Confederate left flank. Boring tactics, 1,000 yards from the enemy. Sedgwick noticed several of his troops taking cover in rifle pits or going to the ground, and began teasing them, saying, "What will you do when they open fire along the whole line? I am ashamed of you. They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance." When one of the soldiers told him that dodging an artillery shell had once saved his life, the general laughed and replied, "All right, my man, go to your place." Only moments later, Cedric was struck in the head by a sharpshooter's bullet and fell to the ground.
Alrighty then.
That went bad so fast.
So fast. So fast. All right. Wow. I want to address what Jessica says here, because she's absolutely right. She says, I feel like sometimes we change destiny. And honest to God, when you get a reading about something in your future, it really is about the steps you've taken up to that point. Someone can tell you something, and if you decide, nope, that's not going to happen, and you change your direction, you change the outcome of the reading. And sometimes that's why you get a reading. Cards only feel on the energy is in it now, then we can change destiny. I don't know if I make sense. I get what you're saying. And there we are again with Jane. Yes, let's relax. Nikki, that escalated quickly. It did escalate quickly.
War tends to do that.
It does. It does. Yeah, perfectly said. And I think that he's probably referring to, if you change the outcome, you can change the outcome of a reading by changing the steps that you're taking in your life, or you can change direction. And that's something that people don't really understand, that I have found out when I do readings. We're not all knowing. We can just see where you're headed based on where you are right now and how you got there. And there are some things that are predetermined, but those are things that your soul has set up for yourself and your human self forgot about or doesn't know about for whatever reason. So when we're doing readings, I literally have crystal balls. I have a collection of crystal balls. I don't use them in readings, and mostly because I don't want to. I don't do readings in my home physically, so I don't have people come into my home. So I don't want to carry my crystal balls around and take a chance on breaking them. So
that's the spirit, Nikki.
Okay, so go ahead, read it.
I love that. It's like, to change my death is going naturally in a hot tub in a fancy resort or something chill.
I like that.
Respect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Leonard, me too. I had a client upset with me because I couldn't read her telepathically. Seriously, people. Seriously. No, we get information from your spirit guides. We don't necessarily, or maybe from our spirit guides, maybe from angels. I don't know. It comes from a lot of places, but it's not from reading your mind. I'm just going to toss it out there. It's not necessarily from reading your mind.
Yeah. Trying to explain that is a chore and a half.
It really is. It really is.
Especially to an angry person.
Yeah. Energy. Right. We're reading energy. We are absolutely reading energy because we're just in tune with the energy. And it is interesting. You wouldn't want to go into my mind. Oh, dude. Don't.
Right back at you.
Oh, you're not powerful. Did you claim to be powerful? Wow. Frequency, energy, it's all that. Yeah.
I could see her saying that to you if you entered the room like by busting through the wall on horseback and a wizard staff and full Gandalf.
I didn't think you did. He is one of the sweetest, most soft-spoken people I've ever met. And he's just this wonderful light that enters a room. And I can't even imagine that you would promise something like reading. He's laughing at that. I meant it. Reading someone's mind. Well, you guys, we are coming up on the end of our hour, and this has been a lot of fun. So, when somebody listens to the podcast or the vodcast, because it will be released as both, they're going to hear a whole lot of laughing. And I appreciate that. You shall not pass. You guys are awesome. I love this. So you're all just going to hear a whole bunch of laughing. And you know what? We all take life way too seriously. It's time to have some fun. We need to raise our energy, raise our frequency by laughing and having fun, laughing with Logan. Yep.
Well, I have a quote to end the show on, if you don't mind.
I would love to hear it.
I don't remember who the quote is from, but they were going to buy a crystal ball, and they buy one of those exceptionally large ones. The woman selling it says, "Remember, when you're leaving the house, or you're not using it, be sure to throw a cloth over it." "Oh, why? Because someone could be watching me through it?" "No, because if the sun hits it wrong, it'll burn your house down."
Bingo. Yes, it will. That's why when I put mine on the shelf in the living room, I made sure that the light would not reach a shelf that high because I didn't want to burn the house down. All right. Thank you all so much. And Leonard, we're still on for February, my man. We're still on for February. Oh, snap. All right. See you all next week. Logan, thank you so much. And thank you for looking up those absurd predictions. Those were fun.
Wait, I have one more prediction. I predict that the people watching this will go to youtube.com and look up Turtle Island Gaming and check out my VR stuff.
Awesome prediction. Please.
Please, I'm desperate. Please.
Bye, Jessica. Bye, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. And we will be talking about dreams next week. Be here.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.